guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a follow-up video to my last recommendations video where I did Grump Sunshine. I'm doing Grump Sunshine again, but the opposites. I want sunshiny hero, grumpy heroine. Yeah, does that work? Because I feel like I've been reading a lot recently that have kind of fallen into that trope, and as I'm reading it, I'm like, oh, wait a second, this is the opposite, and I still like it. It still works. So, I don't have as many for this, because now I'm on the lookout for it, so if you guys have recommendations of characters that fit this stereotype, let me know. So the first one is Well Matched. This is the third book in the Ren Fair Willow Creek series by DeLuca. I think it's Willow Creek. I think it's like the town name. But this is the Renaissance Fair romance series that I adore. I love these books to pieces. But book 3 in particular follows a Grump Sunshine where our main character in this is Mitch, and Mitch is the dude that everybody's been waiting for. He is the hot guy in the kilt that just has no cares in the world, and everybody just loves looking at him because he looks great with his shirt off. But it is his romance with the older sister of the first character we met in book 1 in Well Met. And she is very much like a serious adult and not really looking for like a fun romance anymore and takes life very seriously. She's a single mother, and she just kind of doesn't understand the Renaissance Fair hype. She doesn't really understand the appeal of like going out and doing stuff. I never identified with the character so hard as I did with her because she very clearly has some social anxiety and is very introverted. Oh, this is very fitting. Look at my shirt. This is a very fitting shirt to wear for this video. Just thought of that. But she is very introverted and she has to kind of be like brought out of her shell, and Mitch does that for her, and it is so wholesome and sweet, and it's really exciting to like kind of see the dynamic shift from like a broody alpha male and like a bubbly little girl to a really golden retriever energy type of dude and like a very serious girl who kind of needs to be like shown the fun things in life. So this one was so fun. Same with this next recommendation that I have, which is All the Feels by Olivia Dade. This is the follow-up to Spoiler Alert, and this is like the epitome of that. This is also kind of bodyguard trope, not really, like she isn't his bodyguard, but basically this follows one of the actors that we met from the show in Spoiler Alert, and he is the like high energy, gets himself in trouble type of character, and he basically gets assigned like a nanny. He gets like a babysitter assigned to him. It's kind of like a personal assistant, but it's basically a character who is brought in to make sure that he doesn't make a fool of himself and give the show a bad name. So Alex is the epitome of like high energy, only having fun, only having a good time type of character. And he's also very upfront about like having ADHD, and that's how he processes things. And he is just such a lovable character. And then Lauren is his babysitter that gets brought in, and she's very serious, very stoic, and is just there to do her job and keep him in line. And he basically is just like, you need to lighten up. You need to have some more fun in your life. And the tension that grows between them is just impeccable. It's so much fun. So if you're going to take any recommendations from this video, I feel like this book specifically is like the epitome of like a gender flipped Grump Sunshine trope. It's still Grump Sunshine, it's just the opposite of what we're used to seeing. Another book that I'm going to recommend with this trope, specifically kind of an author, because I feel like this is an ongoing theme through a lot of her books, is Talia Hibbert. Specifically, A Girl Like Her is very much this trope, but a lot of Talia Hibbert's main female leads are very serious women, and I love them because they usually are like taking their careers very seriously. They have their shit together in life. They don't need a man to complete them or whatever, and usually a really fun, sometimes shy, not always super sunshiny, but sometimes a quieter guy will come in and just kind of like round out their relationship. This one in particular I really enjoy for this trope just because it's very much like a recluse type of character. Our heroine in this book just likes staying in her apartment, reading comic books, having nothing to do with the outside world, and is totally content with that. But then a neighbor moves in next door, and he is just like the sweetest cinnamon roll and just really helps like bring her out of her comfort zone. I love this book. I love this book a lot. But most of Talia Hibbert's books actually tend to follow a similar type of relationship where we have a very serious female lead, and the guy is usually the more lighthearted character. And I love all of her books. Literally all of her books are great. take that away from this video as well. Another one that can kind of fall in this vein, a lot of this series actually can, is The Deal by Elle Kennedy. I know this has been making its rounds again in popularity because of TikTok, but this is another like storyline that tends to follow the Grump and Sunshine trope, and that is usually a college setting, so usually it's going to be a new adult romance where a girl is assigned to tutor an athlete that tends to have golden retriever energy and serious student energy, right? So this one in particular, I know #nerd by Cambria Hibbert is also a similar story to this that has other like similar vibes to it, but this one follows Hannah Wells, who is a very serious student who gets assigned to Garrett Graham. Oh, Garrett Graham, who is like a star hockey player who needs to get his grades up in order to stay on the team, and she is just trying to take this assignment seriously and just make her way through college, and Garrett is just like, you know, it's fun. Hockey and frat bro lifestyles, right? Am I right? And it's just, their chemistry is great. This is a great little story. If you're looking to get into like new adult college, sports, romance, this is a great place to start, but this is one that also encapsulates like backwards Grump and Sunshine trope. The next recommendation I have is going to be a workplace one, and that is The X Talk by Rachel and Solomon. This is about two radio hosts where their network is basically kind of pulling them off of the radio unless they can come up with something that will like bring a lot of attention to them. So this follows Shay and Dom, who are rival like DJs, and Shay basically is trying to really cement her career. She's worked really hard to get where she is, and she really doesn't want it to be ripped away from her. And Dom is like a kind of a happy-go-lucky radio host guy who has kind of always been like the personality of the shows that he's been on, and they get assigned together to host a radio show called The X Talk, which is basically interviewing people who have broken up and talking about why the relationship didn't work. And the entire concept of this radio show is that they are supposed to be exes, and that's why they're interviewing other exes to talk about relationships and why it didn't work. But they never actually officially dated, so this was kind of like a fake dating situation that has already like come and gone, and they have to act like they reconciled things and act like they were together but broke up. Meanwhile, sparks are actually starting to fly between them. But this is very much where Dom is like a very easygoing guy who has kind of always been handed stuff in his life, and Shay has always worked her butt off for it, so she's kind of bitter at him. He needs her to lighten up a little bit, so it's another one of those situations. But this one, if you're looking for like a workplace scenario, this is a really good one. I feel like this book is so underhyped. I never see people talking about it, and I think this is one of my favorite books of the entire year. I loved it so much. The tension, I was so invested in this relationship. The tension is amazing. So this one works for sure. And honorable mention for this video that I feel like doesn't really need any sort of explanation. I mean, can you get grumpier than Nesta? Probably not. Can you get more golden retriever energy than Cassian? Probably not. I mean, do I really need to explain this book to you guys? Probably not. It's a lot more than Grump and Sunshine, but to me, those two characters are forever super grumpy and super fun. So, this one is a good thing to toss in there as well. Okay, so that's all that I have for you for this video. I'm sure that I have tons of other books that I could probably recommend that are just not coming to mind right now. So if you have any, let me know down in the comments, because this is like a new version of a trope that I love, that I'm finally discovering books that have it, and I'm loving it so far. So if you have more, please let me know. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in my next video.